Hi everyone, it's Diane. I'm going to be working on the golden books that I started in the last video. I had a terrible night last night. Terrible. I was up till 4:30, couldn't sleep. So I did come in here finally, and I decorated the pages for one of the journals. So I'm going to do the rest of them. I decided while I was lying there trying to sleep, I was thinking about what I wanted to do with these, and I thought I'm going to get out my box of homemade ephemera that some of them I've done on video, some of them I've just made, and some I've had for a long time, but they're all homemade. And some of my playing cards that I have so many of, and all kinds of ephemera that I have so much of, and I'm just going to throw everything at these books. So I didn't take the title of the book and turn it into a theme or anything. I they're just eclectic journals. So let me show you how the covers ended up. This is the one I finished decorating on the inside. I just have to build a cover. So this one is the Nurse Nancy book, and I think this cover may have been done. I may have completed that in the last video, but I did stitch around it with black thread in a zigzag pattern, and I added this to the inside because it was marked up with ink pretty badly. And then there's that on the back side, and that's how the collage ended up on the back. So I really love that. Love the way that turned out. I'm loving these covers. I think this might be how I want to make all my future golden books. Well, there might be some that I want to do more of a themed design on, but we'll see. So here's Mr. Noah and his family, and this one is from the 1940s. And I did sew the pieces of fabric down the edge, but I didn't want to cover up too much of that picture. This is a pretty good inside cover, so I'm going to leave that just the way it is. I love that vintage look to it, and it's not scribbled on. It does have a little gesso at the top now. So I'm going to leave this one too. I may put a pocket on the back, we'll see. And then I did this collage on the back, and I stitched around all of the covers. And then we have Thumbelina, pretty little Thumbelina. Love this cover. So I don't remember how much I did. I may have glued everything down in the previous video, but then of course I sewed around it, and again the inside is fine. And then on the back I changed it up. I had a different design on the back, but I used some of the same pieces that I had, but I changed her, and I think I added this flower. So I really like the way that turned out. I'm loving these books. Can I say that again? So I am going to work on this one now. Just set the cover aside because I won't need that. So I have a bunch of ephemera pieces around me. I have my homemade stuff, I have printable stuff, the cards, some fabric pieces, the labels that I made. I've got a whole bunch of stuff surrounding me, and hopefully I don't need to get up and get more stuff, except I need to bring my glue over. Sorry, forgot my glue. Now I have my glue. I've got some pretty paper clips and my ATG gun. Okay, now I think I'm ready. So we'll start with this signature, and on this page I am going to put a pocket on the front. So these pieces came from an old mini album that I had made, and then I never did anything with it. I just took it apart and saved the pieces. But they're kind of long for this. That's what this pocket is. It was also from that, and I had to trim that part and this part, so the blue matting is gone from those edges, but that's okay. So this would be a fun pocket, and you could lift this flap up and right under it. And I think it's got some edges where the flap doesn't extend to, so I think I might be able to just cut those pieces off One more thing I didn't bring over was my pair of scissors. Yeah, it fits on there perfectly. So I could sew around here. You could right here put a picture here, and then I'll tuck something inside. Gotta open the page out. I'm gonna end up sewing the pages together. I was careful to lift this flap up so I didn't sew that down, but can't sew the pages together. I'm leaving some of the threads. And I'm going ahead and tucking ephemera in as I go since I have it all out. Figured I might as well know what I'm doing with each pocket. This is a piece that someone sent me. She made a bunch of ephemera and sent it to me. So I'm going to tuck that in. And I will end up putting some kind of a card in there. Put a playing card in there, but also an index card or something that can be journaled on. So that can go right in there. Okay, so then I want to just take one of my homemade tags and clip it to that page. I'm following along what I did in the pages that I already decorated. I've got this sitting over here so I know what I'm doing. So this is, let's just take this one. Just a very simple tag cut from scrapbook paper. You can journal on this part, you can journal on the back. I just sewed some vintage tablecloth and lace to it. I'm just going to clip it on here. Lots of room for writing on this page. And I'm going to take this back off and put a pocket here. A little tuck spot or something. I had something over here that I wanted to use. Here. This is just a collage that I did on a coffee dyed church offering envelope. So actually I'm going to sew it on this side because I want it to be facing this way. just a portion of the offering envelope. I took it apart. Well, it came apart because I got it wet when I coffee dyed it, and I just took a portion of it and did that collage on it. So now we have a little tuck spot, and I can put something in there. Let's put this back on before I forget it. I had to go out yesterday. I had ordered some groceries from Walmart, and I had never done that before, but I went for the pickup time. They had to substitute a couple things. I think I'd rather just get my own groceries. I ended up having to go in anyway because my daughter told me that she was at work, and she texted me and said that she heard that there was toilet paper and eggs at Walmart. So I went in, and I needed to get the shipping boxes. It didn't cost $4 like the ones at the post office. That's upside down. So I had to go in anyway. Should have just gotten my own stuff. But I was able to get a pack of toilet paper, but the eggs were gone. I have, I think, 15 eggs left. I have a dozen plus 3 in the carton that I've been using. So it's not like I'm desperate for eggs. Now I'm gonna sew something on this flap just for fun. But it kind of normalized me going out like that. I have gone to the post office and the bank. I had some banking I had to do, but I had to go through the drive-through to do that. They're not open in the bank itself. So it's still been, you know, different. I'm gonna put this pretty little card with a French quote on it. Manon sent these to me, and she put this definition or this translation on it, so I'm just going to stick that there, and the person can do what they want with it. So at least actually going into Walmart and doing the grocery shopping I needed to do made me feel a little more normal. I saw people in the store that were just going about their lives, and I don't know, it gave me hope that things are going to get back to normal again. Here's another one I'm going to just clip a tag to. This is just a couple pieces that I sewed together. Punched a hole here and put some vellum in between, and then sewed around the hole. I did glue on some digital flowers on some of the pages. For this one, I am going to have another tuck spot. Now these are, I think they're the Mushroom Market digitals. And I love them. She did her own, you know, her fabric collages and then made digitals out of them. And I've never used them. So I'm just going to put one right there. For some of the things that I'm sewing on, I'm going off of a piece of ephemera, just for some interest. We've got a bunch of these seed packet digitals. Remember way back when I printed way more of them than I meant to? It just kept printing and printing and printing. So I'm sticking a bunch of them in these pockets. Here, you can have two. Some are on cardstock and some are on paper, but they can all be written on. On this page, I'm going to, just for decoration, sew a little bit of fabric to the top. So I have this little bucket of scraps that I'm using in various shapes and sizes. In the center, I have stationery envelopes that I opened. Most of them opened pretty easily. This one was the hardest one, but that's fine. I'm just going to glue it closed anyway, so that won't show. So while they're open, I am sewing a little card or something to the back. I have this Montana card. I'm going to sew that. Just sew it on there as a little decoration. Found those Montana cards at a flea market, and I sent a few of them to Gail. She lives in Montana. I live all the way in Pennsylvania. I don't know why we had Montana cards at a flea market. Maybe somebody visited Montana. And then inside the envelope, each of the envelopes, I'm also putting a couple of these seed packet journaling cards. This goes on top. I'm going to look for a flower to glue there. Got my binder of flowers here. Let's do this. These are all digitals that came from somebody I don't remember. It was like lots of pages of all different kinds of flowers and different sizes that you could cut out. I don't want to cover up any journaling space, so I'm just gonna put those on there. If I had 3 of the daisies, I'd use them. I don't like those other ones with it. Let's just go back in here and see if I might have. Yeah, I do, actually. I tried to put them all together, all the like ones together, but I missed that one. There. That'll make a nice little cluster there. And then you'll still have room to journal. just thinking, I was working on laundry. I switched the laundry over just before I started the video. I put the wet ones in the dryer and then put more in the washer and started it up. But I don't think I started the dryer. I put a dryer sheet in, but I don't think I actually turned it on. My brain is kind of mushy today because of not sleeping. I'm going to try to take a nap after lunch, but like, I had to change the tape in my ETG gun, and I couldn't figure out what was wrong because it wouldn't fit on the little spool that you stick it on. Well, it always fits. It's the same stuff I get, and what's wrong? And then I realized I was putting it on the wrong one. I was putting it on the one that the empty paper part goes onto. That's what happens when you stay up till 4:30. I like her. I don't want to cover her up, but I'm going to put a little spot for journaling on this page. I have this postcard. I just want to do a little bit of a collage with it. So I have a postcard, and I'm going to put this on. I think you're supposed to fold that, glue it together, make it a little journaling card with a design on the back, but I'm just going to glue it down flat. Got a little bit of white there I want to trim off. And glue that there. And a little bird there. I'll move this around a little bit because I had the flowers upside down. Have you ever heard of Zoom online meetings? I got to participate in just a short little, or a small little group today. My pastor's wife had to help me. You know, like, we weren't together, but she had to tell me what to do to get onto it. But it was just a group, just a few of us. We read Psalm 91 together and then talked about it, what it meant to us, and then we shared some prayer requests, and a couple of us prayed. So it was nice just having a little tiny prayer meeting online in these days when we're so distanced from everybody. I'm here all by myself, and I'm really kind of a loner anyway. I was happy if it was just my husband and me at home. And I still need alone time. I can't stand to be around too many people for too long. But even for someone like me, just the fact that you have to stay home as much as you can and not be around people, it's hard. It's lonely. So it was good for me to get to do that. This little strip I want to sew on there. I made some homemade dinner rolls the other day. They were so good, fresh from the oven. And I wanted to share them with my daughter and her family, so I had to go. That was the day I had to go to the bank and the post office, and she lives really close to my bank and post office, so I parked there. We put money in the meter, and then I walked to her house and just gave him some rolls. I got to talk to him for a few minutes, but I didn't hang out. And the boys were eating the rolls before I left. Actually, so was my daughter. And I had some with my dinner, and I put the rest in the freezer. I got a turkey out of my freezer, and it's pretty much thawed. I think I can cook it tomorrow. So I'll have to make stuffing and potatoes and gravy, and then I'll package stuff up and take it to both my kids. Well, we're kind of stuck there. What's going on? But I had to get a little freezer, a little chest freezer when I moved. I didn't have room for the one that I had. So I had room for what I had to bring with me, but then I got some more when I didn't know how long we were going to be stuck in our houses. I got some more stuff for my freezer, and I put milk in my freezer because I don't know when I can get more milk, so I just bought an extra half gallon and put it in there. That's all. I don't go through a lot of milk. But my freezer was so full that it wasn't being very efficient. So I got the turkey out. Let's put that there. So I'll be making a turkey dinner tomorrow. I forgot we had a problem with the bobbin, didn't we? Just going to rethread everything. Can't see the eye of the needle. There we go. Hope you couldn't see my head. You probably could. There isn't a lot of thread left on there, and for some reason, I think I've said this before, when my bobbin gets low, it starts jumping in there, and that makes the stitches too loose, and they're no good. So I just take the thread off when it starts doing that, and rewind the bobbin so it's full. But shouldn't do that, and I don't know why it does, and I don't know how to fix it. But I was looking online for any possible opportunity to get my sewing machine repaired, and I saw one online. I'll have to call when all this COVID-19 stuff is over, but it's a little ways away from me, and I'm not sure how to get there, and I don't go places that I don't know how to get there. So I might have one of my kids take me there, at least to drop it off, and then I might be able to go by myself to pick it up. I can take this machine if they're still in operation. I can take this machine and my other one, get them both fixed up. I think that's it for this signature. a pocket here. I'm going to use one of my scrap pieces to make a pocket. I don't have room for my paper cutter here, so I just pulled my little cart over with my paper cutter on it. I'll use this pretty green one. Or I could use the solid side of that, but no. I'm going to use the pretty green one. I cut my papers, just so you know, to 7.5 inches by 11, and then folded them. And then, of course, some of the pages are a little smaller, or a lot smaller. So I know the page should be 5.5 inches across, so I'm going to cut it at 5.25. And I'll make it a 3.5 inch deep pocket, which is deeper than I normally do, but sometimes I make them deep. Thought I brought my paper punch over with me. I did. I could embellish the pocket, but I am leaving them plain. You could glue something on there if you want to decorate it. Supposed to get up to 60 today. It's been cold here. We had snow a couple days ago. I was freezing last night when I couldn't sleep. I was cold. I put an extra blanket on. I keep my house cold though, especially at night. But now I'm warm, so the temperature must be climbing. I have this cute little map booklet. I love this. I hate to give it up, but there you go. It's going in there. Just stick that index card on there, but I'm gonna put a tuck spot on this side first. Let's see, I've got some homemade tuck spots in this box. I kind of arranged them. Got tags here. Lots of tags, big tags. And I've got some little sacks and pockets. A couple envelopes. And tuck spots. Let's use that one. It's got a vintage tea card on it. Oh, by the way, if you watched my video yesterday when I was talking about that ABBA song, My Love, My Life, I said it was from the Voulez-Vous album. But I think I was wrong. I think it's from the album called Arrival. I think my bobbin is jumping around, or else it's just being noisy because of the thickness I'm sewing through. So If you're looking for it on a CD, it's on the Arrival album, not Voulez-Vous, which I also used to own. So I should have known that song. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, you can go back and watch yesterday's video. Oh, I wanted to... Well, it seems to be sewing okay, so as long as it's sewing okay, we're going to keep going. Find a tag to stick in there. There's one with a napkin Mod Podged on it. So this book is from 1948. I sewed this playing card on there. And we'll do a little miniature one on this side. I love the pretty roses. I don't think I should have 3 book pages right in a row there. But I do. Yep, that's the way it's supposed to be. Not that it matters, I'm just kind of going in the same pattern for all of them. Okay, so on this one I'm going to clip a tag. Not that one that I stamped. And sew a tuck spot. This is another one that someone made, the same person made and sent to me. Oops, it was supposed to be a tuck spot. Oh well, it's a pocket now. In case you're wondering, my definition of a tuck spot is that it's sewn down on 2 sides but open but I sewed it down on 3 sides. So I'll stick this fun card in here. Let's see, what kind of journaling cards might I have? I think I'm going to put these, if I make a pocket on the back cover of the books, I might put one of these in, but it depends on how thick the book gets, because these will add some bulk to it. So I'll just see if this will fit in there. And it does. Okay. This is from an old kitchen towel, vintage towel, that yellow gingham, and then this piece of purple floral is vintage also. It's cut in a banner shape. Oh, this one's cute. Well, I'm going to do this one. Little greenhouse. I wanted to make these journals on the simple side. So I guess they are simple, but I'm embellishing them more than I planned. Just because I want to use up some of my stuff. And this is a really fun way to do it, and I think it makes it fun for the recipient to get all this eclectic, messy stuff in it. These are the kind of journals that I love. And I hope you do too. Makes it easier to sell them if you guys love them too. But also, I want to be making things that, if you're not, even if you're not buying journals, just like watching them, or if you're getting ideas and inspiration for your own creations, I want it to be stuff that you enjoy. This, I didn't mention, this is a page from an old yearbook. So that's really fun. I'm going to look for a flower to glue there. I like that one. Got this little card for journaling. And I think I'm going to look for a little paper doll dress to put there. Part of a collage. Then I have my little ephemera binder, or my big ephemera binder here. This says, "Embrace the day." Looking for something that's not just squared off. Somebody sent me these little kitties. Oops, wrong pocket. Somebody sent those kitties to me. I think I'm going to use these in these journals, but maybe not there unless I change the color of the tag, which it is within my prerogative to do. Let's try a yellow tag. Alright, let's see if we can make this work. Too much stuff and not enough space. You could actually write on this and this if I put it like that. You can see this is really eclectic because there's this vintage looking pocket here and then this fun and whimsical collage over here. This is just throw it at it journal. Maybe that's what I should call it. Whatever you have, throw it at it. Okay, that was fun. fabric here. Just get to the bottom. Feeling hungry. Is it lunchtime yet? Of course, I got up late because I couldn't sleep last night, so I didn't get up till 9 o'clock. And then that video, the online meeting that I went to, was at 10, so I just had some grapes for breakfast. Not very many of them. Yeah, it's almost 1 o'clock. I should stop this and go eat something. And then take a nap. What's left to do here? Put a pocket there. Okay. Well, we got 2 signatures done. I've got 1 more to do in this book, and then I'll have 3 for the last book. Then I have to make the covers and put everything together. But I am going to put a stop to it right now. And maybe I will come back to it after I get some things done. Nap, lunch, laundry, post office, cleaning. Maybe I'll get back to this stuff. But I did put in, a good hour, hour and a half during the night. So I got some stuff done. I'm really having fun throwing stuff at these journals. They are great. This was a piece, before I go, this was a piece of ephemera that I made in a video a while back, and it was just a long strip that I sewed different sizes of circles to, and I cut it in half and put part of it there, so I think this will be the tuck spot on this when I come back to it. Thanks for watching. I hope that you're enjoying these eclectic junky journals as much as I am. And I will see you again soon. Have a great day. Bye-bye.